Okay, this show, this does have lyrics. I don't think it made it on the charts at all. But do we like? What do we think? If I said Jack Jones, what was the song that he sang?
Oh, Love Boat.
There you go. Like I'm an idiot. Yes, of course. Everyone.
Exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you.
Yeah.
God, we could sing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Very nice.
You could sing it. I
Yeah.
could tell you the lyrics, but you could sing it.
No, Sharon can sing it.
Oh,
Sharon and our producer Melissa are the singers on our show. I like to sing, but should not.
Oh, Susan, you hold your own. You do very well.
Yeah, that was representative.
Again, I can remember lyrics, but
former bosom buddy was on the Love Boat.
Everybody was on the Love Boat.
As I looked at this, 32 Oscar winners were on the Love Boat.
Wow.
Can you believe that? It's like Olivia de Havilland, Shelley Winters, Helen Hayes, Rita Moreno, Donna Michi, Kathy Bates, Jamie Lee Curtis was on the show. Tim Robbins, Gene Kelly, Mickey Rooney, Debbie Reynolds. All right.
So I was looking up something for the 80s, right? And this is what's so crazy and really does take you back to a different time is finding the promos.
Oh, right.
So there was a promotional episode of The Love Boat featuring the stars of all the new ABC shows. So literally it's this special Love Boat episode with, Gopher and the Captain Stubing and all the characters walking around to talk to all the stars of the new ABC fall shows going, so Brian Keith, tell us about Hardcastle McCormick. And Daniel Hugh Kelly is like, yeah, and it stars me too. It's the goofiest thing.
I love it.
And it's so conceptually weird, right? It's like, okay, it's literally the characters from one very successful show in the setting of the Love Boat, introducing all the actors and stars of the new upcoming television shows on ABC. And it's all very sort of tongue in cheek, but Gopher is there as a fan taking Polaroid pictures of everybody. It's so weird. It's so like network promotional fall schedule stuff.
Did it run in the regular time slot of the Love Boat? Like they ran?
I don't know if it ran the regular time slot.
Okay.
It may have been a special, but it
wasn't a Love Boat episode. It was just
it's presented as sort of a Love Boat special.
Okay. Kind of.
There's not a Love Boat episode, any storyline happening other than seems like Gopher wants to get a picture of Captain Stubing with all these stars.
Love it.
A Polaroid.
Yeah.
So I think I think back then that is a brilliant way to promote because people will watch and they won't be offended the way we're offended now when something is so obviously promotion.
Well, not you to also mention didn't have access to stars the same way, right?
Yeah.
You didn't. Brian Keith wasn't on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram. So the only way to see Brian Keith talking about, his show or just him, or being Brian Keith was in People magazine or a talk show. And that was about it. Right. So we're going to have a star-studded event and you'll get to see all of our stars. Remember what was the where they played baseball of the stars? What
I was about to know.
Battle of the Network Stars.
Thank you. That was the one I was going to bring up. That's what I look forward to. I loved Battle of the Network Stars.
I went to see it a couple of times.
In person?
Yes. At Pepperdine.
Because Gabe Kaplan was serious. He brought it. He brought his game. So did Robert Conrad.
Yeah.
As a 12-year-old, I loved the dunk tank. It was all great. I loved every moment of Battle of the Network Stars, and I miss that those days. Which they could never happen again, but still, it was so much fun for me.
No, at least back then, the actors were able to be convinced to or were willing to be a part of promotions like that, you can barely get them to do anything these days.
Yeah.
Just as an aside, I was as I like to call it, an underling at ABC until recently, and in the marketing department, and just trying to get them just to do just, regular promo stuff. It's like pulling teeth. They just don't want to. So you would never have something like that where you have all those people from
Right.
all those shows in one place, all at the same time, like Susan, you saw on that Love Boat thing.
Yeah.
That was amazing in and of itself. So
And for kids, you didn't even necessarily because we were pretty young. You didn't immediately recognize it. Like this was programming, this was just fun programming.
right.
And so
Oh,
you didn't necessarily immediately recognize it as promotion. We're so cynical now.
But
Yes.
I remember as a kid, actually, before, as we're in September, for the fall season, even for like Saturday morning cartoons, I remember there was like a pregame, like like in August, they would have coming at Saturday morning shows, and it would be hosted by, someone that you knew from, Sigma and the Sea Monsters or something. And they would show their new, like, here's a clip from our new cartoon series or something. And I loved all that stuff.
Well, that was
was the next-
exciting.
Because
As
you
a-
only had we had three choices. That was
Yeah.
it.
That was exciting as a TV viewer, not just, that kind of programming to see what's coming, but the TV guide where it had the listing of all the new shows and all the returning shows and what was going to be on when and all that kind of stuff. That was really exciting.
Yeah.
I know I kept a few of those TV guides. They may be in a box somewhere, God knows. But yeah, it certainly was a different time.
We have all of Richard's TV guides
Oh
in the
yeah?
attic of the garage.
Oh,
All of
My-
them.
it's going to come crashing down one day for them.
Say that
It's
might be a
like-
fire hazard.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Kindling.